Dear viewers, I have already spoken on the role of UNO, particularly on the occasion of the internal civil war in Afghanistan. Without declaring its opinion or without showing any, solution, America vacated its forces from Afghanistan, and the Taliban forces overthrown the existing ruling ruling in Afghanistan. And I mentioned that UNO did not do anything. Where is UNO? So even in the case of Ukraine and Russia, I think, except passing some resolutions and also conducting the meeting of the Security Council, UNO did not do anything to, with some force to, solve the crisis in, in between Ukraine and Russia. So I think it's very well understood that there is a need for strengthening UNO rather than talking about who is wrong, who is right. In fact, whether it is USA or European countries, whatever they do, they do just on the occasion of the war, in the crisis, some wishful thinking by some leader, whether it is Joe Biden or Boris Yeltsin or any French leader. In fact, it is very useless to comment on what they speak, because they don't have any real say for example considered opinion, particularly in the crisis situations. Therefore, the best thing is to strengthen UNO and then put an end to the actions and wishful thinking on the part of the pacts like NATO or pacts like any pact. In fact, European Union is not a military pact. It's a new kind of federation, as was the case with USSR. But NATO is a military pact. So depending on the part on NATO, in fact, for even on the part of the Ukrainian leader, Ukrainian president is wrong. In fact, so you would have taken the help of the UNO if UNO was very strong with its peacekeeping forces. So strengthening of UNO with peacekeeping forces, even to stop like big countries like Russia, I think it's possible with that only. Another thing is that way back in 1996, there was an agreement, memorandum, signed by UK, USA and Russia, in which they agreed that this UNO would be deprived of its nuclear capability, and then if anything happens to it, they would help. They would come to the help of Ukraine, but that has not happened. Say for example, UK, USA tried to come to the rescue of Ukraine, but if it went beyond that, Russia would have started nuclear war. So it also shows that any side, whether from the side of USA or from the side of USSR, it would be not acceptable to other countries, whether they are in small number or big number. In fact, in the case of Ukraine and Russia, in fact, majority of the members of the UNO, in fact, sympathized with Ukraine. but that did not help the situation. And so another point that comes is that in this, see, a small country like North Korea, with nuclear capability, is able to protect itself from anybody's attack. We have seen how many times the American president went to Korea and then negotiated. They were equal partners on the negotiating table, that is USA and North Korea. So these are the two important, that strengthening of UNO or having one's own nuclear capability, whether it is Ukraine or North Korea or small countries like Latvia or Estonia. See, it may so happen that sometimes USSR may attack Estonia, Latvia or Lithuania. So I think that is what we have to understand in the case of the Russia and Ukraine crisis, rather than rather than making different observations as are made by TV9, TV10 or HMT TV. Thank you very much.